simple math for you. Today's lesson is Graphing Linear Functions, Part 1. In this part, we are going to learn how to graph linear functions by using tables. So if we have a question, graph each equation by making a table, and we have the following equation. X equals 10 minus y. We should expect that the result will be a line. Since it's a relation between x and y, x is to the power 1, and it should be linear. Let's see how can we graph such function. We need points, and to graph linear functions or linear equation, we need minimum 2 points. 2 points will be enough for us, and we will assume x to get y, or you will assume y to have x. Let's start by assuming the values of y. Since x is already solved for, we have x on one side and y on the other side, let's assume the values of y. We are free to use any real number, but we should be smart enough to use simple points. So we can assume y equals to 0, 1, 2, 3. Use positive numbers for your simple calculations. If you assume y to be 5, what will be x? Replace this value of y by 5. So your x will be 10 minus 5, and x will be 5. So I will copy the 5 here. Assume y now is 2, let's say, or 3. If y is 3, x will be 10 minus 3, it will be 7. So x will be 7. So if y is 3, x is 7. The point here will be 7 and 3, and the point here will be 5 and 5. Now it's time to plot the points. The first point is 5 and 5. So we will go to the x-axis at 5 and jump up to y equals to 5. 5 with 5. So this is my first point. Now the second point is 7 and 3. So you will go to 7 in the x-axis, jump up to 3, and this will be your second point. All what you have to do now is to join these points, match them, and this will be your line. Extend it from both directions. What if you want to solve for y? يعني إذا إحنا بدنا نحلها بطريقة تانية، إذا أولاً ممكن نعوض بقيم للواي ونطلع منها الإكس، هلأ ممكن نعوض بقيم الإكس ونطلع الواي، but it's better، الأفضل إنك تكون حالل الواي. It's better to isolate the y first. So for this equation, x is 10 minus y. If you want to solve for y, take the y to the other side and take the x to the other side, knowing that it will reverse direction. يعني خلي الواي بجهة والإكس بجهة، ولما تتحرك من طرف لطرف اعكس الإشارة. So y will be 10 minus x. And you can assume the values of x whatever you like. This is x and this is y. I'll choose another color to see that you will have the same line by the end of the graphing. If you assume x is 3, let's say, so y will be 10 minus 3. This will be 7. So I will plot 3 and 7. And if you assume x is 4, then y is 6, then 4, 6 will be one of the points. Actually, it's the same point, but I have matched from the beginning in a wrong way. And this one, this will be a little bit slanted. This will be like this. Seven with 3. And this will be our point. And as you see, all these points are linearly extended. So if you match the black one or the red one, you will have the same line. Yes. So it doesn't matter if you want to solve for y or solve for x, whatever is easier for you. أي الأفضل لك. If you want to solve for x, assume y values. If you want to solve for y, assume x values and solve for the other value. Let's take another example. Now, as you see here, none of the variables are solved for. ما في ولا variable ولا متغير محلول بجهة لوحده. So I will solve for y in this case since y is already here. y موجودة في طرف لحالها، راح أودي minus 8 للطرف الثاني. So y is 8 minus x. And now I will generate my table. So I will assume x and I will solve for y. راح أعوض بقيم الx. ممكن تختار أي قيمة بدك إياها. مثلا if x is 0, what will happen? Replace x with 0. So y is 8 minus 0. Y is 8. So if x is 0, y is 8. I'm copying it to the table. Now let's assume x is 1. They are the easiest point. أسهل point 0, 1. And then if x is 1, this one is the one that is changing. So y is 8 minus 1, so y is 7. So if x is 1, y is 7. Now we are going to plot the points we have obtained. 0, 8 will be exactly on the y-axis. على y-axis بالضبط 0, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 0, 8. And the other one is 1, 7. I'll go to 1 in the x and jump up to y equals to 7. And this will be my line. I will match using the ruler. This will be my line. You can extend as much as you can. Again, I'm telling you, if you choose different points, you should be on the same track, on the same line. If somebody else have chosen x equals to 2, then y is 8 minus 2, y is 6. So the point 2, 6 is on the track, on the line itself. If you try, you will find 2, 6 is over there, it's on the line. You match this point with another point. ممكن توصل هاي البوينت مع البوينت الثانية. أي point بس تكون صحيحة راح تعطيك نفس الخط، نفس اللاين. Okay. What if you have now an equation including a fraction? Half x plus 1. Is it easier to assume any point for x? We want to assume values for x and y. But what are the suitable values of x? مين أفضل values تستخدمها؟ هلا الزيرو, the zero will not affect. You can assume x is 0. Because anything times 0 will be 0. أي شيء ضرب 0 ضرب 0 0. فنص في 0 0. So y is 0 plus 1, y is 1. So if x is 0, y is 1. So I will put it here. Now, what is the next point that you can choose? Can you choose x is 1? Yes, I can, but I don't prefer. ما بفضل. طالما عندنا في 1 over 2, we have something with denominator 2. Choose multiples of 2 to cancel this denominator. مضاعفات الرقم 2 هتكون أفضل للاختيار. يعني I can choose x is 2, 4, 6, even negative 2, negative 4, negative 6 will be good choice. نجرب حتى أرقام negative سالبة. Let's choose negative 2. What will happen? I will replace, this is the original equation, y equals half times x plus 1. I will replace this x, this one, by negative 2. So I'll change it. I'll replace it by negative 2. So what will happen? 2 will go with 2. And 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So if x is negative 2, then y is 0. I will copy it here. And I will plot the 2 points that I have found. راح أحطها على الجراف. 0, 1 will be on the y-axis, and negative 2 and 0 will be on the x-axis. This is called y-intercept, and this is called x-intercept, and we will discuss that in the next video, inshallah. So I have now 2 points, and I can match. Again, I'm telling you, if you choose another points, you will obtain the same graph. Let's say somebody wants positive numbers only. يعني for example, he wants to choose x is 4. will you have the same points? Yes, I will. So y is half times, I will replace the x by 4 plus 1, and y is 4 times half, which is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So the point that I'm having here is 4 and 3. And عندي 4 و 3. أروح ال 4 و 3, I'll find it here, and you will find it's on the extension on this line. So any 2 points will be enough for you. This is a similar example here. And we learn now how to assume points. First, solve for y. It's better to solve for y because coefficient of y is 1. يعني معامل الواي 1 فاعزل الواي اسهل انك تعزل الواي من انك تعزل الاكس. So اخلي الواي بطرف, so it's y is 1 over 4x minus 2. Now choose the points as we have learned. 0 is nice one. 0 times anything is 0. 0 minus 2 is minus 2. So if it is 0, then y is minus 2. Now, what are the points that are good for us now? Please make sure that you have seen the 4 in the denominator. تأكد إنه في 4 في الدينومينيتر شايفها. إذا نفرض أعداد مضاعفة للأربعة. Multiples of 4. 4, 8, negative 4, negative 8. Let's assume the easiest one, which is 4. So y is 1 over 4 times 4 minus 2. And y will be 4 times 1/4 times 4, which is 1. 1 minus 2 is negative 1. And now we have 2 points, 0 and minus 2 over there on the y-axis. 4 and minus 1, I'll go to 4 and down to minus 1 here. And this is the second point, and I will match for sure. This is my line. Now, can I use the calculator to help me to find the points? Yes, I can. If you have this type of calculator, then you can use mode 7, because 7 here will create your table as you see here. You will generate your table. So you can press this mode and this number, which is 7. If you press that, you will find such data. This is in the other type of the calculator. You will have mode 9. If you press 9, you will find f of x. F of x in our case is our y. So our y here, after we solved for y, it's 1/4 x minus 2. You can write it in fraction form, or you can convert it to decimal if you like. If you want to write it in fraction form, then I press 1 over 4. And then I'll go up to x. Use the cursor to go up to x, and I will write x. How can I write x? There is x on the parentheses here, up, and you have to use the red icon, which is alpha. So alpha x here. So alpha x here means 1/4 x. And then I'll go down to write the minus the rest of the function, which is minus 2. After you find it, you can press equal. After you write it, you press equal. Now, we don't want g of x. We will skip it. And I will start my table from minus 8 to 8, let's say, minus 8, ending to 8. I will put equal. I will put ending 8, then I press equal. Let the step be 1. 1 means the values are increasing by 1 each time. And then this is generated. All these values have been generated. So what am I going to choose? Choose the points that you feel easy to be plotted. If you see here, x is paired with f of x. We have minus 8 and minus 4, minus 7 and negative 3.75. Avoid choosing the decimal ones. Avoid choosing the fractions. Minus 8 and minus 4 is a good one, so we can put it here, minus into our consideration. This is one of the points. You can go down. You will find the points that we have already chosen. Minus 4 and minus 3. You can choose here 0 minus 2, which is the one that we have got before. You can choose 4 and minus 1 because it's also easy to be plotted. 4 and minus 1, we have it here. And you can use them to plot. And this is how to use the table using the calculator. So you can have an assisting tool to help you, and you will have the same results, of course. Okay, let's see here another types of functions or another types of lines actually. We are not sure that it's a function or not. We will discuss that. Now, there is no y here. It's just x equals to minus 3. ما في y. بس x equals to minus 3. What does that mean? If x is minus 3, that means x will be always equal to minus 3 irrespective of values of y. يعني بغض النظر عن قيمة الواي, it can be 1, it can be 0, it can be 2, it can be whatever. So let's try to plot and check. So minus 3 and 1, you go to minus 3 up to 1. Minus 3 and 0, so this is minus 3, 0. Minus 3, 2, which is here. And minus 3 of anything, it will be on the minus 3 vertical line. And if you match, for sure you will have a vertical line passing through minus 3. So is it necessary to use this table? هل من الضروري نستخدم table؟ طبعا لا. من الأول from the beginning, if x is equal to minus 3 and y is not there, that means it is a vertical line, خط رأسي يمر بالminus 3 passing through the minus 3. So I'll go to minus 3 and I will draw a vertical line. Is it a function? Not function. This is the only line that does not represent a function. As you may have studied before, مثل ما درسته أول, there is a tool called like a way called vertical line test. Vertical line test means what? If you pass vertical line at any time, at any point on the line that you are graphing, it should cross once. إذا مريت خط رئيسي، إذا مر خط رئيسي عبر الفانكشن تاعك أو عبر الشكل تاعك لازم يمر مرة واحدة فقط. وفي هالحالة عندنا مر ملايين المرات. So this is not function. This is the only line that does not represent function. All other lines represent functions. كلهم functions. So the vertical line, not function. So if you have x equals to 1, x equals to whatever, x equal to any value, x equals to 0, all of them will be vertical lines. Vertical lines, and they are not functions. Vertical line passing through 1, vertical line passing through 2, 0, even negative numbers, it will be fine for you. So remember, no y is there. Okay, now let's see this equation. 2y equals to 5. Now let's isolate the y. خلينا نعزل الواي. If you want y alone, you see that y is multiplied by 2 مضروبة بالاثنين. إذا أنا حقسم على الاثنين طرفين. So y is 2.5. Y is equal to 2.5 and x is not there. Also, if you can imagine it, this is x and this is y. So y will stay on the 2.5 irrespective of the value of x. It can be minus 1, 0, 2, anything. All of them will stay related to 2.5. حتضلها مرتبطة ب 2.5. هروح على الماينس 1 وأروح على 2.5. This is 2 و this is 3. So 2.5 will be here. And 0 will be with 2.5. with 2 مع 2.5. All of them will stay on a horizontal line passing through the value 2.5. So any equation on the form y equals to a number will be horizontal line. This number could be positive, negative, 0, no matter what is this number. مش مهم هذا الرقم شو. إذا y equals رقم بس ما في x، إذا حيكون خط أفقي فقط. طيب هل هذا function؟ نعم, it is a function. Yes, it is a function. Why? If you start using the vertical line test at any point, use it here, it crosses once. Use it here, it crosses once. كل مرة بتمر مرة واحدة فقط. So in this case, yes, it is a function. So conclusion here, all lines are functions, or equations of lines represent functions, except ما عدا the vertical line. The vertical lines are represented by x equals to a constant, a number. كلهم functions ما عدا هذا x equals 2, x equals to 3, equals to 7, whatever. So no need to create or to generate your table. You can directly know that this will be a result. Thank you all and see you in the next video.